Welcome back to the Pride and Peddler scenario. Actually, many hours have passed since the last episode. We are now in episode 9. Don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you want to see the previous episode. Why many hours? Well, I wanted to test a couple of things before I showed it to you. Basically, what happened in the last episode is that we started to have the market crash events. This is basically unlocked when you reach either 3,500 obreras or 6,200 artista. And basically at that point you get into a negative spiral where you will get back-to-back currency crisis, vicious competition, cheap imitation. Each one of them is like 90 minutes or more than 1 hour. And in each of those episodes, as you can see, you get all goods minus 40%, all goods minus 50%. Those numbers slightly change. Basically one of the events is minus 90, one of the events is minus 95, and the last is minus 99. Which basically means that you can't sell anything. Every single resources of the game is almost at zero, right? It doesn't make sense to produce them. It doesn't make sense to sell them, right? So in that scenario, you can't really make any money by trading. You can definitely still make money with the black market goods, but the only problem is that given that you only have those events back to back, there's actually no way to buy those items because they are super expensive. They are the only good where the value hasn't dropped. You can see the fuel has completely dropped but the black market goods don't. There is a way to break this virtuous circle. When you buy all of the fuel, then you will break this circle and get another event that is called fuel stop. There is one good thing is that if you bought tons of fuel at 4, now you can sell it at 200, so make a lot of profit, but obviously it's not a lot. The value of good is actually impacted, where it's plus 45%, so in that case you may want to actually start selling a lot of things, but you don't actually want to buy those things like Biscuit because again it's plus 45%, so it's actually higher, and therefore when you get into the market crash again in 30 minutes, then you won't be able to make money on it. And on top of that you even get maintenance costs, additional maintenance costs. I have been able to also get from time to time the inflation event. In the inflation event, remember the cost of everything is decreased by 65%. So it's a good time to buy a lot of biscuits, buy a lot of abstinence, etc. and then potentially make a lot of profit when you sell it in a market crash. But that's no way to play. In all of these events, you cannot trade. There's no trading happening. So basically, I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if it's how it's supposed to be. And basically, it's linked to what I said in the previous episode, where in the scenarios, it's usually a bad idea to try to move too fast or to move, further than what the actual missions are telling you to do. But the reality is it doesn't matter if it's a bug or not. It doesn't mean I can't be in positive, right? As I said, if I'm selling biscuits, for example, and if I stop all of my maintenance, if I stop all of my productions like I did over here, I can be in positive. I've done that for hours. I was in positive for hours, but it's again linked to the fact that you have biscuits, you have reserves of biscuit. It's not fun to play at all, and it can't last for 10 hours. If it lasts for 10 hours at some point, even if I had thousands of biscuits in reserve, I'm not gonna get any more unless I start making them through some of the items, the legendary items. While I was doing some of those tests, I actually even found other bugs. For example, I did find one of those legendary items that enable you to create those black market goods. This one enables me to create canned food through the calamari fishery, increasing the workforce and the maintenance cost by a lot, and also saying it now needs iron, but it actually doesn't. If you look over here, I have no iron and it's still producing without any problem. It's still producing those canned food, I can guarantee you. So yeah, this is bug for sure. Then I even delivered iron into the island and then it didn't move, it stayed there. So this is a bug, but all is not lost. With this series, I think I have learned everything I need to learn to actually get the gold medal. The short of it is, I'm gonna make sure that we never reach 3,500 obreras or 6,200 artista. I'm gonna make sure that we stay below that threshold, and with that we should be able to do all of the mission, get all of the artifacts, even get all of the badges, right? Because it's 3,000 obreras for this last one before we reach the end game pool of this market crash. And then when we've done all of that, we should get the gold medal. And it doesn't mean I'm cheating per se and only getting positive event, right? I'm still going to get a lot of negative events. There are definitely many other negative events, but it's negative events that are playable. And it's also negative events that don't last 3 hours and go back to back and nothing else. That's the main problem. Once again, I'm not saying I'm against those market crashes. What I'm against is that you only get market crashes and nothing else. If I knew we were getting, a market crash, then a positive event, market crash, then a positive event, I could play that. That wouldn't be a problem. But only getting market crashes back to back for, I think by now I've tested for more than 20 hours, that just doesn't make any sense. We're just going to restart based on everything I've learned, including, by the way, the fact that I should use those crates. I thought I needed to keep them and wait, for a quest to use them, but no, actually what you need to do is just click on them and then, you'll get something as the resources or items. So we're gonna use those crates for sure, and we're gonna use everything that we've learned to make a perfect goal run through. So don't hesitate to check in the video description below, or hopefully the video that should appear now. Maybe I haven't posted it yet, so maybe you need to subscribe to the channel to see it in a couple of days, but I'm going to get the gold medal, I assure you. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.